Welcome to ChallengeForex. My name is Steve, and on this channel I do a weekly forecast and show you the trade setups that I will be looking for the upcoming week. And this one is for the week commencing the 29th of July 2024. And now, just to let you know, I'm not a professional trader. I have a full-time job working Monday to Friday, and I do my trading mostly during the beginning of the London session each day. And for me here living in Sydney, it works out to be around 5 p.m. that the London Open starts for the day, so for my trading time. Just to let you know as well, this is not financial advice. This is only a look at the setups that I'm looking at for this week, and I am only learning to trade. Wanted to document what I'm learning on this channel so that maybe others in the same situation can get a bit of an idea on how to maybe set up the trades for beginners perhaps. The first setup I'm looking at for this week is the Aussie CAD, and looking to take this one short. As you can see here, we actually had this drawn last week as a support area and looking to take this one long. However, it actually crashed straight through the zone and came back and retested the zone on Friday. So we're looking at this one now. If this closes below the zone on Monday or Tuesday this week, we'll be looking at taking the Aussie CAD short. Looking at the Aussie Japanese yen, this one we have it already in a zone now. It's actually come down and pin candle went through this zone and closed in the zone as well. It hasn't actually closed above yet, but I'm looking for a big green candle close up around this area. If we get one of these on maybe Monday or Tuesday this week, we're looking at taking this one along. It's around about a 230 pip stop loss, but up to this area we can at least get a one-to-one trade on that zone. Looking for a possible long on the Aussie Japanese yen. Now some of these currency pairs I'm actually skipping through just to give you an example. I have no trade setups here on some of these pairs, so I'm going to skip through these and just cut these out of the video and leave in here the actual cast pairs, or the pairs that I'm actually looking at for this coming week, and that way we won't have to worry about wasting time on the video and to make it a bit shorter for you to watch. So we're looking at our next setup here is the Canadian Swiss franc. This one we're looking at taking long. We have a zone here that we've touched multiple times before in the past, and it looks like it's actually been a while since we've actually been in this area. So if we look left, we're just coming into a previous support area now, but if we hit this one again, we're looking at taking the Canadian Swiss long. Next one on my list is the Canadian yen, and we are already in a zone at the moment. We can see here we've had a pin bar go through the zone and back again, but we haven't had a positive green candle closing above the zone yet. So we're looking at a candle sort of like this one over here, close above the green zone. If we get that one, we will take this one long, and looking at stop loss level for this one, it's around about 220 pips, and looking for a one-to-one trade, we should be able to get that one in there by the looks. The Euro CAD, we actually had a winning trade on this one last week, and we are still in the same zone. We're looking at here another area where it could actually bounce. I'm just trying to draw that one on the chart and go down to a smaller time frame, a 4-hour chart for starters, and let's have a look at this area. We're not far from this one now, so I'm not willing to take this one long at the moment because it's only maybe 25-30 pips away from this area. If we were to come back down into this green area here, the zone where it bounced previously, we might actually take another one long, but only if it comes down here and closes with a green candle. But I'm a little bit reluctant as well because of this other resistance level that's not far to the left as well. Euro Swiss, we had a zone drawn here, or a bounce, and we almost got down to this area here on Thursday last week, but it didn't quite make it. This could be sort of a similar setup to what we had previous week, but still not sure on this one at the moment. Oh, sorry, this was previous month where we had a touch almost into the zone, then a green candle, and then it followed by another red candle. So if we have another red candle now taking into this zone, like this sort of setup that we had last month, we will look at taking this one long. If it crashes through the zone, we'll flip the color on this one and make that red, and then we'll look for a retest to take that short. But that probably won't happen for at least a few more days, or maybe this coming week or longer. The pound dollar, we are already in a long trade from this one from last week. We can see here that we've had a multi-week double bottom formed, or a W shape, and when we actually had this close above this area of interest here, it kind of led me to think about taking this one as a long. And we entered this one on a 1 hour chart after we had a pin candle with a close above this zone, and the trade went into profit a little bit, but then came back again, and it's still sitting around about the entry point at this stage. So we're looking at this one to continue with the trade long. If you're not in this trade at the moment, it might be one to enter into, but use your discretion on that one, see what you think. The pound Aussie, we are near a zone at the moment and looking for a red candle to bring us into this area and then close above with a green candle, like a bounce. We're looking at firstly to come into the area and then to bounce above this area and close with a green candle. If we see something like that, we will be looking at taking this one long. And similar sort of setup to the previous pair, the pound Aussie, we've also got the pound dollar doing a similar sort of setup. We are right at a zone here now and looking at a touch into the zone and then a close with a big red candle above the zone. And if so, we can take that one long. But looking at the 4 hour chart, we're still looking for this one to come down a bit further first before closing with a bounce or a close above the zone. Dollar CAD, and we are looking for this one to come back into the zone for a bounce and take long. This area has been touched multiple times in the past, and sometimes it has actually broken through the zone in both directions, but since then it has had multiple touches as well, as you can see here. So we're looking at this one to come back into the zone and with a red candle down and then close above with a green candle, and if so, we will take that one short. The US dollar Swiss franc, we've had a crash through this zone and then a green candle closing above. So we're looking at a possible long here, but I would want to see maybe another green candle on this one first, because it doesn't look like a perfect setup at the moment. This one actually did close below my zone, but then the next candle came back into the zone again. So looking at a possible long here, still not 100% sure on that one at this point. For this week, we don't have any setups here for gold. I did actually have it on my chart for a short. We're possibly looking at, if it comes back into this zone, take short, but it might be a few days before it gets there. So at this point, we're just watching and see. Light possibility of a short, but really can't say at this point. Going back to my watch list for this week, and we have here possible 12 setups that we are looking at this week. One of them, the pound yen, we are already in the trade now. So let's see how this goes this week. There are a lot of possible setups, and as we saw last week, there were a couple of trade setups that actually appeared during the week that weren't actually on my watch list, which was the Euro CAD and the Euro Pound, which I actually took, and we actually won the Euro CAD trade. That was a win for us. We didn't have any losing trades this week. So thanks for joining me for my view of this coming week and looking at my forecast for the possible setups. Now, these are the setups that I will be personally watching and not actually financial advice. Remember, I'm not a professional trader. I have a full-time job and I am learning to trade part-time. Not really a professional, but seeing how I go each week and if I can get some consistently winning trades each week. If you'd like to be notified of my videos each week for my trade setups and my reviews, hit the like and subscribe button now and you'll get a notification each weekend when I upload my next video for the upcoming week and for my review of the previous week.